A short story by Paul McCann. Sunrise at Eden. Never before had it dawned on the earth. Never before had man seen the sunrise. And as he opened his eyes, he stretched his arms. Thoughts and questions streamed through his mind. Who am I? What's all this about? Why is this happening? Where am I? When he lifted his eyes to the sky, he thought he heard a voice from the clouds say, "Adam, live and enjoy what I have created." Adam stood up and went for a walk around the garden. He was amazed at everything he saw. For the very first time, man had saw life. With the look of astonishment, Adam studied everything and every detail of trees and plants, and on leaves he watched tiny insects crawl, and between branches he saw spiders weave webs, and heard sounds for the very first time of bees buzzing and birds humming. Suddenly there was a flash of lightning and a thunder roar that sent Adam running in fear. He screamed aloud and never stopped running until he was out of breath and fell to the ground under a tall tree, where he shook with fear. A few small animals came over to him and lay there by his side. He felt the rain touch his skin for the first time, and soon the rain was over. As the sun set for the very first time, Adam was worried at the coming of darkness that soon surrounded him. He climbed a tree and spent the first night looking at the moon and the stars. A week passed, and between each sunrise and sunset, Adam spent the time discovering the world around him. Although everything was beautiful around him, Adam was very lonely. He was sad, and each day there was an emptiness inside that he could not fill. He cried and cried for the want of something and someone, but never knew what that was. And each day that emptiness grew bigger and bigger. He thought he heard a voice again from the clouds above say to him, "Sleep, Adam, for I can see that you are troubled." A strange wind blew across the land as Adam fell into a deep, deep sleep. It was sunrise when he awoke, and he stretched his arms, and he felt a sharp pain in his side. Then he noticed a large scar that was there, and he heard a gentle voice speak to him. "What's the problem?" she said. Adam turned and looked at her and smiled. "I have a wound on my side." Never before had the voice between man and woman ever been shared. Never before had man and woman experienced the sunrise together. Never before had man laid his eyes on a woman, and never before had woman looked upon a man. She placed her hand over the wound on Adam's side, and as she did, it was instantly healed. "How did you do that?" Adam asked. "I'm here to help you, Adam," she replied. "How do you know what I'm called?" he asked, and she replied, "I don't know. I just do." "What are you called?" "My name is Eve." They both lay there in the garden, and they talked for hours about the wonder of life and everything around them. Hand in hand they walked until the sun set, and that night they lay in each other's arms for the very first time. They discovered love, and as the morning sun arose, they looked into each other's eyes and were so happy to be together. They laughed and they loved each moment of each day that they spent together, and life was a beautiful thing. They were so happy to be together. They were so happy until the day that Eve was awakened before the sunrise by the kiss of a serpent. And it was as if she had been changed. Her mind had somehow been changed, how she thought, how she looked upon Adam, and all she could find was faults in him and the world around. Adam tried hard to keep the happiness between them, but each day Eve would find something else to ridicule or to belittle him. And she expected Adam to do everything she asked and to eat everything that she put in front of him. Then she made some garments from animal skins and told him to cover himself, as it was not appropriate to be naked together. Things got harder and colder between them. And the sunrise looked much different now, and the nights were much colder. And Adam found the loneliness had returned again, and the emptiness inside him was something that nothing and no one could fill. Then he thought he heard a voice from the sky again, and it said to him, "Adam, life has become hard for you, but you will find me in your suffering. In the stillness of your heart, you will hear me speak, because I am the end of the beginning."